Hey everyone, I'm Rambo Az, and I'm your co-commissioner for the Firetail League. Let me take this time to explain what we have in store.
We have 6 teams comprised of 36 AUNZ players, all competing for a $1,000 prize pool. The regular season will run over 5 weeks in a round-robin format. Each team will play each other only once, which means you've got to make the most of every match. At the conclusion of the round-robin, 2nd and 3rd will face off for the right to challenge first in the grand final. This is where the best of the best will take each other on to finally determine the winner of the inaugural Firetail League. Each match begins with a turf war. Win that, and your team chooses the first game mode for set 1. The match consists of 3 sets of 3 games. The winner will be the team that wins 2 sets, but regardless of when that happens, all 9 will be played out. This means every game is super important if you want to make it to the finals. Each week, the top players will be voted on by the viewers, the winners taking home some Asus ROG swag. Voters have the chance to win an Asus ROG Go wireless headset with USB connection, perfect for the Switch.
Hello everyone and welcome to Firetail Events of Firetail League. I'm your host Rambo and
I'm Checkers.
And we have a huge doubleheader here for you today. We've got Sydney versus Perth to start with.
Correct.
And our second match is Melbourne versus the
Adelaide.
yeah. I was putting him on the spot.
the top of the table clash in that second one.
Yep.
But we've got a seriously important game of Splatoon. Before that, the Sydney and Perth teams both on 1 win, looking to sort of cement themselves in the top half of the table.
So we're looking at the winner of that being able to go in a better position to go for the semi-finals.
Yeah, I mean, they should be finishing the round in, say, 3rd, 2nd or 3rd. So,
yeah, okay.
It's a pretty important one.
So let's quickly chat about Brisbane Boom yesterday versus
been Boom
New Zealand.
Time the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that's the first 9-0 that we've seen.
Yeah, and it's 10-0 if you include the turf war.
No.
Just complete domination there.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
You do. It'd be nice to sort of have every game go to game 9. We've had a few close ones, and I guess we were due a one-sided one. But
right, no, Brisbane. Credit to Brisbane, they really came out the gates. We saw the absolute domination of Owsy in that front line, and he played most of the games that was there.
He did, yep.
We saw the entrance of Will, or W Star.
Yeah.
His Switch is finally back in action, and he has, I think he's 3rd on the leaderboard for average specials per game.
Yeah, and the other thing that he had 58 assists during that game, which was insane. It was almost like double anyone else's.
Okay,
just
all right.
giving those armours out on the junior. So really came in and filled his role. So there's no real weak links in that Brisbane team. They've come together. I think their comps and how they're using their players seems to just be really working for them at the moment. So,
and J-Sod was untouchable on that sloshing machine.
Yeah, sort of breakout performance for him in this league anyway. So
yeah, I think so.
But I mean, it's not all bad for New Zealand. Like, they could have won a couple of those clam games. I think at that stage, it was just a bit like, get it over. Get it over and done with. But yeah, momentum.
Agreed.
They could have won, but they just couldn't quite find a way to do it in the dying seconds. So they can hopefully take something away from that. Maybe they found another mode that might work for them in clams.
Yeah, so. I think so. I think they're definitely one of the stronger clams teams. But even though Brisbane either used their steamroll or just used the sheer kills, we can't deny Neru had a cracker of a game. She kept everyone at arm's length.
That's right. Now you've mentioned every single player on that team. So.
Right. Well, they did.
It was really team effort.
It was.
Everyone played their roles really well.
Yeah.
They just didn't. They didn't let them. They didn't really let New Zealand get into any sort of rhythm. And it was over before it began, really.
Yeah. Right.
Sadly, but that's how it is.
Mm-hmm. So what I think is, let's go into the match screen. Let's have a look at these two teams here, right? So they're sitting 4th and 5th as of the beginning of this round.
Yeah,
we're in round 3 here.
So remember that these stats here are kills per game, or they're per game stats. So
right.
Yeah, it's 2 teams sitting in 4th and 5th.
And what I can see is that they're identical. We're looking at tiny differences between the two. The deaths are a little bit higher on Sydney Endeavour. I think they're the highest in the league. Last time I checked, mainly due to probably Skidder's philosophy to playing.
Yeah, correct. They just have those Skidder and Geo, both heavy frontline players, putting themselves at risk all the time.
Happy to die for the objective.
Yeah, whereas Perth is a much more midline objective-based team. You got like Perks and River who are on the sloshes and CDS and stuff like that don't necessarily have to go in and engage and try and get those kills. So it's probably a tale of two different styles more than anything. The only other thing to point out, I guess, is the special usage by Perth, which might just be a result of staying alive a bit longer and getting the turf down. So but it looks like a pretty close matchup. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top of this one.
Right, and we see, the one loss from Perth that came out, they didn't have River out?
They didn't, and they suffered the same fate that New Zealand did last night and ran into the boom, a full-strength boom as well.
Full-strength boom.
Yeah, so I think River coming back into the team is going to be really important for them. I believe he's captaining today, so we'll definitely see him.
Right. And River is one of the players that we've looked at who it's not just their mechanical skill on the battlefield, but their ability to direct where people go.
Yeah. That after their first round win, Perks had a lot to say about how important River's been to the team. Yeah. So as far as a directional basis and what to do and when to do it, and I'm sure River will be very comfortable calling the shots today.
Yeah, I agree.
The other player we're likely to see for Sydney will be Silem, who hasn't played that many games so far, so he's going to have to get a few into him. So we'll see how they sort of balance their team. So I think that's another thing that we need to bring up with the strategy in this league. Everyone having to play a minimum of 25 games, that you sort of, if you balance that well, you can have a pretty strong team every week.
Yeah.
But if you don't balance it well, there's going to be weeks where you're really strong, but weeks where you're not as strong.
Right.
So I think Perth is doing quite a good job of balancing that. A lot of their players have got a decent number of games in already.
Yeah, I feel like I see all 6 of the players come out most weeks.
Yeah. For sure.
Well, that kind of helps that well-roundedness of the team, that they're all there and they're all growing with each other.
Yeah.
Whereas taking a whole set off or a whole week off is it can show in your results.
Yeah. As we saw with River, and now that he's had that 1 week off, I'd expect to see him play almost every game from here out. So that's a really positive for Perth, who already are 1-1 and right in the mix of making finals.
Right. All right, guys, we've got a few minutes before we get into our turf war. We will look at the map list and rosters just to look at this individual breakdown between these two teams. So the beauty of this league is every team only versus each other once. So we've never seen this matchup. What do you think is going to come from this aggressiveness that Sydney have, as well as this well-roundedness rush game that almost Fury play?
Yeah, so I feel like Perth is going to be really strong on Rainmaker, as we've seen in the past. They did go down to Brisbane in that mode, but they took a game off them, and that was the only game they won. So I think Rainmaker's still the play for Perth. Sydney seem to be it's really hard to pick what mode they're good at. They're sort of balanced across most modes. So it's
I think it's the individual player performance that comes out in that, the day, right?
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be getting out, trying to make Perth play faster, and it's up to Perth to really sit back and wait for their moment. Because that's when they won their set against New Zealand, you could see their patience, and then when they went hard and got the results. So,
right.
Again, I think it comes down to River really taking control of, strategically taking control of the team. So, but if we quickly run through the team list, for Sydney, we've got Cookie on the CDS, no doubt. Geo, Low 24/7. Nereza, who I'm keen to see a bit more of as well.
Me too, yes.
Has been playing pretty well in the games that we've seen.
Yeah, between an NZAP and a Charger.
Yeah, polar opposites. But
yeah.
Skidder, who he's probably contributing to that deaths per game average for the team, but has to. That's sort of their job to start the fire, I guess. And Silent, who we talked about already, hoping to see him play a few more games, use his burst bombs. And then for the Perth team, Link, who I believe FC picked him for the X Factor or the MVP,
right? And we've seen him play some good games, but I still think I haven't seen Link to his full potential.
Yeah,
Link can take control of a front line if he's given the chance, right?
Yeah.
And I think the strong teams that he's versing don't give him that entry. But if he decides to pop off, I don't think that Sydney have a lot to stop him, really.
Yeah, I mean, this Perth comp seems to favour Link. He gets to sort of do what else he did and go out and try and get some kills. And even if he dies, it's not the end of the world because you've got your Perks and your River sort of backing you up in the middle.
Right.
And then we've got Ray 41, who is Charger, backline like heavy player. One of 3 Rays in the competition. And then Shades, the hometown player for the Perth Fury.
That's it.
And
who's probably sitting in this rain as well.
Yeah. And then Tay, rounding that out, another great NZAP player. So, how do you feel like this is going to go? What's your prediction?
Look, I think it's going to be map mode dependent. I think if we see the Rainmaker come out, the Perth Fury, especially with River's direction, is going to come out on top. When it comes to a bit more of a free-for-all like splat zones, it could be anyone's guess. I honestly don't know who's going to come out on top. It's going to come down to individual performance. I think both teams have good special coordination and both teams have good sets of leadership as well.
So you're going to sit on the fence, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a Perth Fury game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to be very close.
What were the poll results?
Poll results are actually in favour of the Sydney Endeavour.
Oh,
so
yes.
We are going against them.
Yep.
But I think it was 58% to Sydney and 42 to Perth. So the viewers think Sydney are going to get the chockies here, but you and I'm thinking it's a very close Perth victory here.
Yeah, agreed. So guys, we're going to get into this first turf war. We have everyone in the lobby ready.
Just waiting for
us, guys. So let's get this started. And you're here for round 3 of the Firetail League. We've got 2 games up. Let's get this game underway. Just another report, guys. It's not actually heavy rain. It is a live crowd that we have here. We have 300 people in the audience. So, sorry if they get a little bit loud, but this is the first time with a large live audience.
Right, so we're getting into turf war.
Oh, what turf war have we got, Jaggers?
Is the splat in our zones.
Oh, I love it. The Fault in Our Stars. What a good movie.
So
I love a good rom-com.
Jeez. The map's made up of lots of different zones, similar to splat zones. So if you put a decent amount of ink on it, it can flip very quickly.
Okay.
So I guess it's going to be interesting to see if a late zone flip towards the end of the game is what decides this one.
So it's like splat zones, except the rest of the map also counts.
Yes, exactly. There's no timers.
I'm keen.
Yeah. So it's kind of a fun quirk of our league is that you get to play a Splatfest map to warm up. The winner will choose the first mode. So it can become quite a momentum builder.
And I'm looking at the teams now, and it seems that Perth has gone all out with their top 4, what I think is their strongest players, Link, River, Shades, and Perks, coming out with a full-on aggressive team, hoping to take this turf war. I really like that people are taking turf wars seriously, because getting that first mode select is just so important.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the momentum that Brisbane has carried the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
I really feel like getting that turf war helped them pick their mode and then just steamroll from there. So.
Right. So we're getting into our first game now. Turf war between the Sydney Endeavour and the Perth Fury. Let's go.
We see River on the mini, couple of Neo splashes out there. A lot of painting weapons as expected.
And notice instantly that is what we were talking about with FLC is exactly what they're doing. Nobody is leaving anything on the side. They painted around the side straight away with a late entrance. It's 30 seconds before the first... Their first encounter was specials against each other.
Yeah, bomb rush on bomb rush action as those two splashes get into it. But yeah, it's a bit of a standoff at the moment, as Turf War tends to be for the first 2.5 minutes. But Geo comes out with the inkjet, trying to find someone.
First aggressive gets an assist on the side there. Unfortunately, good hiding from whoever Geo was looking there. I'm interested to see how River's going to use this mini.
He's using it to retreat at the moment as Geo is running wild here.
And exactly what we saw there is what we need to see more out of Sydney. That was Geo initiating the fight with his movement and Cylon coming back behind and using that chip damage from the bomb to stop River's movement and get the kill.
Yeah, and it looks like Nereza on the heavy is going to cause him a little bit of problems with range. Cylon gets up and throws some burst bombs as we're accustomed to.
And that's what Cylon needs to be there for as well. Just that zone denial, right? He doesn't need to be killing people. He just needs to stop letting people come to him.
And that's what Sydney have set up here, sort of spawn lock. They're not trying to push up too far, and Cylon can't quite find the pick.
Sees the shadow of someone next to him and runs away. Good movement, gets the kill on Shades. A bit of a trade there, but Perks and Link coming out behind, looking like a flip. And that probably looks like a Perth map at the moment.
Yeah, let's take a look at the overhead.
Oh, another kill coming out from Perks, taking out Geo. This looks like Perth games to begin with, but we've still got another minute.
Yeah.
And the last 30 seconds are really where the team's going to be in a good position to take out the Turf War.
Yeah, it was a complete role reversal. They've come in, and now Perth are locking.
Is that because he's a CDS? Is that the role reversal?
Very good.
Is it very good, Jack?
No. Perth pop in the rain. Still look like they're in control. So you need to start making moves.
Perks. I never put those two together.
Perks poggers.
Yeah.
They are in full control of this map at the moment.
But Nereza and Geo managed to take out one. River and Perks need to drop back. Link's getting a very unsafe jump in. I wonder if that X is going to turn up straight away. It does. He is dead straight away. Shade's coming back in with River. It's a bit more of a safe jump, but Nereza looks like he's locking that down.
Oh, this is going to be close.
This looks like a 50-50 at the moment. Missiles coming out. A great end of game 2.
A splat is important.
A booyah behind it. River takes out 2 more people for the final result.
That individual play might have just tipped it in their favour.
I think that is going to be a Perth win because of this double kill that comes out from River. The missiles, the double kill, and the push. Brilliant. That'll be Perth taking out the Turf War and picking their first mode.
Yeah. And I mean, we talked about them picking Rainmaker, but there is Low on the other team who's that Rainmaker main, so maybe that makes them think twice, but I still think that it's probably the play. We'll wait and see.
Let's take this time, guys. Look, we're sitting at 57 people. I understand it's very, very early in the morning. But this is our North American time slot, guys. So I need you guys to tweet, ping in your servers, in your Discord servers, and get the North Americans on the stream, or your friends and family. Get them on so they can watch some awesome Splatoon, see what we're running, and help us achieve partner status, as well as keep this thing going. We are a machine fueled on props. We need props. We need people watching to get this going. Good morning, Neru. It looks like we're getting our first match, our first mode for the game. What are we looking at?
Rainmaker.
That is a classic pick coming out from
Perth. Yeah.
From Perth here. It's exactly what we think. Have we got any map mode bans?
Yeah, so we're just waiting on Sydney to put through their ban, and then Perth will do the same. But yeah, I like when we get predictions right, and we nailed it.
Yes, exactly. Just putting out that we do have affiliate status. We're just signing up for it at the moment.
We do, yes.
And it still counts towards our where we've almost hit the what's the other one? Partner. We've almost hit partner status.
If we can keep getting the viewers up, and we keep streaming.
Yep.
Which we will be.
Yep. We have 3 more days to stream. So 3 more times turning on the stream and we'll get partner status.
Yeah. So as long as you guys keep viewing as much as you can, retweeting, we'll get there and you guys can get emotes and stuff.
Right. Yes. We've got an emote idea set coming through. But we need to get partner status so we can allow that so everyone can use them.
So Sydney has banned Muscle Forge Fitness.
All right.
And River of Perth has banned Albacore.
Now, if you look, and what, Perth banned Albacore?
Yes. So
okay, instantly you see Sydney ban the short map and Fury ban the long map.
Yeah, which is odd as well because Albacore is not good for blob lobbers. Although we did see Low play Custom Junior last week, so...
Well, I definitely think Lowe's Blob Lobber is incredible. Maybe too strong of a word. He definitely, that's not his only weapon. His junior is, his junior is definitely capable of taking the task. And on most maps where Blob Lobber doesn't work, he picks it up and he's perfect with it.
Yep.
So what's our first map?
Our first map for Rainmaker will be Anchovy Games.
Ooh, all right, okay. We always talk about this 2-tier system, and it's quite open, even though it funnels into a choke point.
It does, yes.
It has that middle area, which is very low on the ground and very helpful for the backliners. The 2 fans, which you can use that strategy to get them higher and lower.
It seems to be a favourite of Sydney. I believe they've played it. They've definitely played it once before. They may have played it both rounds. So... They've maybe found a Rainmaker map for them, so for all the other teams, maybe check that one out.
Yeah.
Or, you could ban it, or there's so much strategy that goes into this. Not that I'm giving you tips, but you could ban it. Yeah, it's interesting to see, and maybe, hopefully in the future, we're trying to get you a bit more visibility on the map pools and the bans and the pick rates, so we're working towards that, but... for now, just trust me. I think they played it a few times.
What I think really works with Sydney here is the crafty Rainmaker movement from low gets them some good points quickly, as well as all 4 of the Sydney Endeavour they move together as a squadron and they'll push that as soon as they get that objective or one pick. They'll move together to push that as fast as they can.
That's right. I remember last week they got I think 2 down or 3 down, and then. I think we watched in the review. They went from about 80 to about 8.
Yeah, in the one push. Yeah, so exactly.
That's how quickly it can happen to you. When you've got Low running that Rainmaker with all his swim speed, and he's been doing it for a long time, so don't get caught out.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Guys, this is our first match of Sydney Endeavour versus Perth Fury in our Rainmaker. Everyone's readying up. I can't see many changes in their lineup. I can see on Sydney, they've decided to bring out Skidder and Cookie.
Yeah,
and they've tucked away...
No low.
No
low on Rainmaker.
Lowless in Seattle.
So maybe that's Silent taking a similar role there.
Right.
So...
that's the bell.
We'll see what happens, but... I'm excited. I'm feeling like this is they're gonna go head to head.
Yeah. All right, we have purple coming out for Sydney, and we have green coming out for Perth.
So we see Tentatech, Splash Neo, Tetra Julies, and CDS for Sydney, and then Perth have the K Shot, Tri Slosher, Soda Slosher, and the T-Tech of their own.
Right, so this is the definition of 2 frontline comps. There is no backline here, and all of them have great bombs.
That's right.
We're seeing fire being fought with fire. Silent takes out the first, gets down river, gets a jump in behind him, and tries to start. The wipe begins with Sydney.
It'll be interesting to see who's picked up here. It might be Cookie as Skidder goes down. So they're pushing down to 50 already.
Cookie's decided to stop it here, something that Low wouldn't do. The stall there is a very interesting tactic, trying to get a few more picks for a better push. Maybe outside the gate, getting more points on the board first is a bit more menacing.
Yeah, and 38 really is a beatable score on this map for sure.
River coming up there. There's Shades trying to get a pick. Gets taken out by double bombs coming out from both Cookie and Salem.
Yeah, and Perth being patient as we sort of expect them to be.
And they knock River back down the fan. River's taking... River is also trying to decide to do a bigger push, seeing if they can get more picks before they push this. River finding the left-hand side. Unfortunately, the wrong side. Salem was already there to pick him. That overhead cam was very good at showing.
It was. Only one up now. Skidder getting the pop and going to take mid.
They need to get this turf back.
Very close game at the moment. They got down to 40. It was unfortunate. Nice slosh there by River.
River knowing exactly where they're coming from. I've just realised this is a double slosh comp.
It is, and they've run it before, and that's a bomb.
Unfortunately, River ran out of a lot of stuff, a lot of resources before he got to that fight. Salem taking that out, and Cookie seeing if he can see anyone coming out window from behind. No one there, it seems like. Sydney's going to set back up. Gio looking to get some picks to begin with, trying to get what looked like an absolute direct. River just managing to swim off by the skin of his tentacles.
Gio's spotted someone out there using missiles.
Gio getting a few taps. Unable to secure the kill. This we see the smart play come out from Gio, not committing to this to get a 1 in what was clearly a 2v1 fight.
Yeah, and they've got 2 down now. And Gio's pushing forward, picks up...
Gio takes the first pick.
You see the bombs just trying to slow up Sydney here.
Instantly. And that's what's key to stopping this huge Rainmaker push. Salem pushing a little bit too far, instantly down. 3v3 on Arcade Fight. Perks gets a great flick for the first one, doesn't manage to get the second one. Bomb, unfortunately, he's a bit out of position and with...
Oh, nice by Gio, that's a double. They're going to maybe add to this score. They did only 1 point though.
A point, a good stop coming out from Link.
I wasn't wrong. Here it comes.
Down to 22. That's a bit more of a formidable score. It's very hard to get under that lip. Skidder coming in with a dunk. That's more people coming down. This looks like Sydney's first game as they go to pick. No, they knew the bombs would come out straight away. Salem gets a trade with Link. Another stop.
Link tried to reset there, but wasn't in a position to do so. Sydney can add to the score again.
Skidder getting another drill. The podium is halfway up the pipe, all the way up the pipe. The dunk comes out from Cookie.
There you go, Sydney coming out with the Rainmaker win. No worries. And take a game off of Perth's Rainmaker pick. So, I mean, another quirk. There's a lot of quirks in our league.
There's a lot of quirks. It's a quirky league.
That was, although Perth did pick the mode, that was Sydney's map. So we don't really know where it sits until sort of a couple of games get played in the set.
That was almost like a gimme.
Yeah, that's their shot at their favourite Rainmaker map, essentially. So and it was very close.
Oh, absolutely. I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a washover or anything like that.
What I found was with the Perth entry, their aggression, who did they have to really open it up? I saw Perks try a few times, but his kill time is so slow and it needs to be so accurate.
Yeah, I think like in that comp, they're probably looking to Shades to get a few more entry picks. So we'll see if Shades can start to do that. Had a few ink jets that maybe didn't come off.
Didn't convert.
Yeah, so I mean, that game you're only an extra pick or something away from winning. So our map for game 2 is coming through with Perth selecting Gobi Arena.
Oh, and Rainmaker.
Yeah, so an interesting choice here.
Yeah, there's some real bottleneck picks, and maybe that's what they want to take control of that chaos, much like the Muscle Forge ban that was against them. It came down to these 2 real slim corridors, but they're just going to fill up with bombs and sloshes and either stop pushes or stop anyone walking down them.
Yeah, that's a good point. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, this map's a good one. You got those stairs, a very slow way to get up.
Or uninkable stairs, yeah.
Otherwise, on the right-hand side, you can sort of jump up on the plat and then jump across.
Yeah, get up the sponge. Yep.
That's probably the quickest push, but you're right, like it's two very narrow corridors.
Both unankable as well. So run speed is going to be a huge plus for these teams.
Yeah, and we'll see how they go because those bombs are really going to slow them up. So getting people forward and getting picks is going to be important. I think you're really going to want to control the opposition's platform as much as you can with those bombs as well.
Yep. Much like the other game modes on Gobi, I don't think the platform is going to be as used for the back line or mid line.
No, yeah, but to start that push, especially if you see T-Tex or again coming out, you could possibly capture that plat and then inkjet off that to allow your team to sort of come through.
Right.
And also you don't want teams to sit up on the plat and just rain down hell on top of you.
As you try to walk up an uninkable plat. Right.
So it'll be another close game, I'm predicting.
Yeah. Definitely. I think this pick is a strategic pick for Perth, and it definitely came from the brain trust of River Perks, Shades and Link. I don't see any of Tay or Ray. No Ray Tay.
No Ray Tay.
No Tay Ray.
No, they're sticking with the four that they had. So
they want to get that W on the board for Rainmaker.
Yeah, I think, like I said, this week feels really important.
It does. It's a turning point. It's pivotal for most teams.
Yeah,
right.
New Zealand teams are either going 1-2 or 2-1, and that can be a huge difference.
Right. And by the end of it, who's going to get into the semi-finals is going to be 3-2 versus 2-3.
Yeah,
right?
Or even set and game wins.
Yeah.
That's how close this league has been.
So what about every game? Does it?
I mean, I've heard that they matter.
I think they matter. Every game matters, guys.
Yeah, the tiebreakers are going to come down to be very important. I can't say that enough, but I will continue to say it.
I can't say it enough, so I won't. I'll just keep saying it. All right, we're getting into our next match team. Gobi Arena, Rainmaker. That's a very bizarre pick, but I really think this is going to work in Perth's favour. Let's see what happens.
It's a map I don't think we've seen this league so far. So.
Ooh, Gio coming out with his K-Pro. He's seeing the... he wasn't running it the first game, right?
No, he was on T-Tech the first game.
Yes, now I think that he's seen the short-range comp that's coming out, and Gio should be able to pick all of them off. There is no disadvantage to what Gio's running right now. Doesn't need the turf, needs the kills.
Yeah, the kill time on that is very nice. So,
and the kill time on Gio is also very low.
Yeah, Gio needs to be that player that gets those 2 or 3 kills and entry into the opposing base.
Link being taken out on a beautiful 2v1. Cookie helping Skitter, but then disengages. Skitter is left by himself, and Cookie now has the frontline who's not going to protect him.
But maybe Cookie's their designated runner here.
Yeah, ooh, nice shot taking out River.
That's what we talked about. It's going to be pretty hard to get it past there, although Sydney already have 2 down and pushing
at the feet of the stairs, but you see Gia up with the Rainmaker and Silent back here. The coordination is not what I'm expecting from Sydney.
And that's the second time we've seen Link sort of dive on the Rainmaker in not a good position, so he needs to sort of check that.
We're going to see a Rainmaker rush or a bomb rush come out from Silent that they can deal with everyone inside. Gets a perfect push, but straight away they know what's going to happen after that kill, that someone's going to try and grab it for a cheeky run. Perks getting a few bags in there.
Yeah, you got to bag your teammate of Geo.
For good measure, we see coming out on the side here, 2 kills taken out from Perks, a few bags and getting his team back in there. So we're going to see our first Perth push.
If we were on opposite teams, I would bag you.
I would want you to bag me. Skitter taking out 2 for 1.
So Sydney back in control here.
Now this is that spot there to bomb rush is such a difficult one because you've got to use the arc to kind of get it onto these areas that people aren't really going to be sitting. Something like missiles that can clear that area seems like a much more constructive special.
If only Perth could get in any sort of position to score here.
Oh, God! Can't control. Gio is having a malfunction with his left trigger on his controller.
The turbo button must have got stuck or something.
It's the first disrespect I think we've seen come out of Gio, who's usually a very nice player.
Yeah, cool customer, but Perks obviously got him fired up there.
The longest bag OCE award. It's true because it's a genuine award because the longer you bag, the less time you're spending on objective.
Yeah, which we're all about that.
Yep.
Missiles again come out, Salem gets to the flat.
Salem running the gauntlet through.
Runs into Link.
Once again dropping down in that Rainmaker. A much more comfortable position for Link.
That's 3 down. Can we see a Perth push? Can they get past the middle of the map?
Yeah, Link using his Rainmaker parkour to get some shots, get Rainmaker in a very good position.
They're on the board.
Yes. Nice bomb placement coming out from Splat Bomb person. I'm not sure who that was.
No.
I assume it would be Cookie, right? Cookie's the only Splat Bomb.
Geo.
Oh no, there's 2 Splat Bombs. I don't know. Shade's being taken out there. Perth Fury trying to push, but there's such a good defense coming out from Sydney.
I mean, I think they're just struggling to work together a little bit on their pushes. See people getting ahead of the Rainmaker and it got taken out all by itself. Hitter with the splashdown ready, surveying the plat there. There's a couple in the middle. Perth have the Rainmaker.
Oh, Skidder, beautiful, taking out Shades there.
Yeah, that Rainmaker was in a tough spot there.
Nice, beautiful, gets the final hit on Perks. Skidder taking the double there, doing what Skidder needs to do, right? Oh!
Runs into a bomb.
Perfectly placed bomb. River thinking one step ahead of where Skidder's going to go.
And River got another bomb kill there.
Oh.
So, this might be their chance. They just need to snowball these pushes. And they're going to take it stairs.
No, they're going straight. Oh, perfect Booyah Bomb coming out. River managing to just escape that Booyah Bomb. Chicken's going behind it. It's not enough. River choosing to stay alive. Look at the movement coming out from River.
That was a Slook juke if I've ever seen one.
Incredible. The master who taught Slook the juke. Look at that. Pushes one side, uses the Rainmaker to go to the other side. Cookie has no idea what in the is going on.
Oh,
beautiful.
Man.
My goodness.
I've never been so hyped on a play that no one got a kill.
I know, right? And look, that's put Perth in the league. That one little set of play, that was ballet. That was jazz coming out. That was freeform. He had no idea where he was going. He was just reacting to what was going on.
Sydney have a chance to ruin all that though. They've got the Rainmaker in mid. Let's see what they can do. It's all players are up at the moment.
Now, hopefully Link has the patience to put a better drop down on this Rainmaker. We don't want to see him throw away his life, because as sown as Sydney sniff that 3v4, they're going to push it through.
Yeah, Sydney lost Geo and Skidder. They're in big trouble now. Here comes the Inkjet, and it's over. The River Dash.
The River Dash.
Not quite the River Dance, but the River Dash has given us a Perth win and a live game 3 in set 1. That was intense.
I was very impressed with that. Something that you don't see in most maps, changing the directions of that push, right? A strategy that definitely needs to be employed more.
He was just darting side to side until there was an opening and he just went for it.
He was, and the beauty of Gobi was, and controlling that plat, like you were saying, was that he had 2 different avenues that he could go at any time.
And sometimes there's that lag of seeing where the Rainmaker is on your, like, as you're playing.
Right.
So, you know, you see it one side and you think, oh, they're pushing this way.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's gone and you've lost.
He's gone and you lost. What got me is he could go through left stairs, uninkable, right ramp, uninkable, and
Joseph didn't do it. Didn't do either.
He jumped across a far left using that grate and then continued moving through that. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I reckon that's got
to be in your plays of the game.
It's got to be in the plays of the game. And what I love about that is it had nothing to do with kills.
Yeah.
That was sheer movement.
That was big brain River
there.
That was insane.
BBR.
I'm exhausted. It's only game 2.
Right. I know, right? We've got to stop doing this to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, heart's going when. So Sydney have the pick for the last map, and they've gone with Manta Maria.
Okay, Manta Maria. As you can see, the live crowd is just silent at the moment.
They're awestruck.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on. It's not that they're not here and I'm lying. It's that they're all just taking time to contemplate what happened that last game. Sydney have got to be reeling about that, and Perth would have popped off.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Perth Poggers moment for sure.
It was.
As we get into the lobby, no subs from either team.
Right, it makes sense to stick this comp. It is too tight between these two teams. Considering Sydney held that for most of the game, all we saw was good positioning in one time from Perth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is...
Perth barely had a sniff at that game until River did that. And even then, it wasn't convincing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was scared for them.
Right. I mean, and what game mode could you have done that? If River got a quad in in tower control, the tower has to slowly move forward. If he gets it in splat zones, they'll probably come back before... You know what I mean? Rainmaker is that mode where one person's actions can really change the course of and one mistake from Sydney.
Absolutely. So we're just waiting for one more player to ready up. We get to see who takes out set one.
Yeah, right. Yep. Exactly. So we get to see a Manta Maria map for Rainmaker here because Murray isn't here to play Dynamo, which is great.
Poor Murray.
Snipe ban.
I'm sure it's happening and I'm not noticing it, but it feels like he's the only player who's getting targeted on the bans. He's like the one guy that's like, nah.
I think that speaks to his consistency.
Absolutely. And his dominance on that map.
Yeah.
Like, we've played that map with him and we can sit back and do nothing.
There's nothing to do. That's why. All right, we're coming out to our next map. Sydney on green, Perth Fury coming out on purple. There are no subs between, and it doesn't look like there is any.
Yeah, Gia's gone back to T-Tech, but...
And Silem has gone to NZAP? Was that?
Yeah, it must have. And
is that no burst bombs for Silem?
No burst bombs.
What will he do this
I don't
game?
know. Suction bombs don't do the same.
River getting caught out. No special, no quick jump up. You saw how slow that was. But he timed it at a good time to actually get out and trying to get his special before this dunk comes out from Silem.
Gosh, down to 12 already.
12 is a good push on this map. Shade's getting a trade. Probably better in Sydney's favour to be getting trades in a situation like that.
Yeah, they're going to take it back out on the right-hand side. So a bit of a scare for Perth. But this map, I feel, is one where you can knock out.
Cookie trying to dodge everything. Some perfectly placed shots coming out from Perks to just trying to sniff out where they could be sitting when they're hunting down that Rainmaker. Look at the way that Perks puts these shots. He's putting them just behind the jump, just in bunker, in all the little sneaky spots people could be hiding. They're with some squid bags coming out as he's running away. Look at Perks' movement.
Yeah, unfortunately gets taken out there under the pressure of the Sydney team, but...
Gio just says that's enough.
Yeah. Didn't see a bag either, sadly.
Yeah, no. He knows it's too close.
Or as Skitter's gone down ahead of Gio there.
Two taken down, unfortunately not able to take out Gio. Gio going for his second pick. What is required from him every single death. He has to be smart about this because a few taps. Perks is down as well. Bomb coming out from Gio. Nice movement. Great movement from Gio.
They're setting up this left push, but... they also just...
the chip damage coming from Link. He just needed to be sniffed at, and Link would have got the kill.
They've tricked him. They might get a knockout here.
Good movement from Silem around to the side, and the dunk comes out. Sydney Endeavour taking out the first round of Rainmaker. I feel like we
saw another juke there.
If we have a quick look back at what just happened, I like the jump on the side of that podium.
Yeah,
you knew there was a single stream of green ink.
But they pushed left for a lot of that. Then Link sort of committed to that side, and then they ran through. They managed to get the pick on River, and it was all over.
I don't think Perth knew what was happening there. I think that they were trying to think one step ahead when they hadn't even taken the first step yet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unfortunate result there for Perth. Just players going down at the wrong times and heads up play from Silem taking it through for the dunk. So.
Yep. Silem obviously not wanting to use his gun because of the lack of splat bombs, so taking the Rainmaker. And, it shows Salem's experience with that Rainmaker and playing this game as well, that he was able to outthink where Perth are going to go and use that positioning to his advantage. Which he did for both pushes, right? To get to 12 and to get to the dunk?
Yeah, absolutely.
So our next mode.
Sorry, just before we go on, I feel like Perth felt a little bit spread out there, but I guess that's the way that Sydney were attacking them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why they're banning stuff like Albacore. If they don't want to be spread out
too
much.
And they don't know how to stick together as a squad, so they use the map to kind of force that positioning.
Yeah, because I think with their sloshes, they're probably, if you get that chip damage, you probably want to be together. If you have two sloshes come at you at the same time, then you're dead. But if you have one slosher by itself, the kill time is very slow. So maybe they're just trying to stay as tightly knit as possible.
Yeah, and we'll probably see that habit or that plan turn into this next mode, which we haven't found out just yet. There's getting some subs, and we are going into our next game mode.
Tower control.
Rocking out tower control here for our second set. So that was a pick coming out from Perth Fury. What do they think? What do Perth Fury think that they have over the Endeavour with tower control?
Yeah, I'm not sure, and I guess they hopefully will be seeing. We might see Ray coming in here. A bit of a long range player.
Long range, yep.
That might help with their tower control. I don't think. Oh yeah, Nereza's subbed in, so we might see a couple of backliners here, and then after that, I'm not sure. I feel like you want to run some armor, so you still could have Asylum or a Low. Low hasn't checked in, so I assume Asylum might stick with that NZAP. But yeah, I still like, and honestly, I can't see any modes where these two teams aren't pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, I agree. Sydney would need to take 2 more games before they've won this whole match, this whole set. This set can be the end of Perth Fury, securing Sydney much closer to Melbourne and Brisbane.
Yep.
Up in the top half of our ladder.
Absolutely. So we've got a ban coming through. Geo has banned Port Mackerel. It seems to be a popular banning pick.
Right, which is that short map once again, which all the midliners can pop out the corners.
It's a nice tight map. It's long, but it's tight.
Yeah, there's only 3. There's only 3.
Come on, man. Be a professional.
Yeah, you only had a few descriptive words of it. I get why you referred to them. Yeah. Either way, it ends with sloshing, right?
Absolutely. Moving quickly on. Perth has banned HOV games, so knowing that seemed to be a favourite of Sydney, as they picked it in the first set. And now we're just waiting for Sydney to pick their map.
Yeah, it looks like Anchovy just seems to be a Sydney favourite rather than a mode-specific map.
It feels like a league favourite. I mean, I think we've seen a lot of Anchovy. So there you go. Maybe just have a Anchovy games tournament sometime. Yeah,
just Anchovy on all the different game modes. Yeah. Although Clan Blitz Anchovy probably isn't the best map mode combo.
No, but I mean, they're picking it. So
yeah, all right.
It's not our fault.
Yep, their fault. They forced us to make that tournament. We have everyone sitting in our lobby. We're just confirming that our final map, right? Yeah.
So we can confirm that we will be seeing the backliners come through. So Ray and Reza both in the lobby. Then for Sydney, Geo, Salem and Skidder still in there. And for Perth, Link, River and Shade. So Perks sitting out.
Perks taking a seat, River staying in. And Reza coming out. I think that backline is definitely going to be important from them with Ray. Can Ray take out Nereza? That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I mean, even
both Charger
will
players.
Nereza play backline? Because we've seen him play Enzat, we've seen him play K-Pro, so it might depend on the map here.
Yeah. Our crowd seems like it's starting to build outside as well with anticipation of the next map. So if you hear some crowd noise coming through.
Ooh. Arowana Mall.
Ooh. All right. That's interesting.
Yeah, maybe they feel like they've got the backline advantage.
Yeah, because this was Sydney's pick, right?
Yeah, because if they can get up the top left, then that can put a lot of... it'd be top right on the attacking side. But they can put a lot of pressure on the spawn of the other team. So.
And I think that's a great pick, because if you think about it, River can't bring his Tri-Slosher out on this map. That's not going to happen.
Probably not. Might
River's going to have
CDS or something.
A CDS or Umbrella.
Yeah.
As he sits on tower. And Sydney are backing that their backline is better than Perth's backline to shoot from the rails up in the top side.
Yeah, I guess that's what they're betting on. But I mean, we've seen all the Rays with highlight plays throughout the league as we get into some rhyming. Sunday morning rhyming for all of you.
Oh, I love it. Much better, guys. We're sitting at 86 viewers right now. That's what we like to see. But that can still go higher.
But we've got some really good Splatoon.
We do. We absolutely.
That's the main thing.
We are providing some value.
We're not just whoring out for views.
No.
We're providing good Splatoon games.
Right, and I don't think there has been anyone who has watched a Firetail production and been like, that's pretty second rate. Yeah. I've seen hundreds of tournaments much better than what they do. It seems to be a pretty consistent message that what we're providing is what the scene wants, right? So this is your chance to show us that you want more of this content and tweet about us and, at your friends, get them in. We have our first match of tower control. Who do you think is going to take this, Checkers?
I think the map pick was nice, and I think Sydney will win this map here.
I think Sydney. I have a lot of faith in Nereza. I think that Nereza's Charger is coming out awesome, and then Ray was seeing that heavy remix. So the remix is going to get outclassed by that Charger if the Charger can hit its shots. Right?
Correct.
The positioning of Nereza is going to be super important to make sure that they can win this matchup. Instantly, the backline gets taken out by Nereza.
Oh, nice battling.
Oh no, it wasn't by Nereza, but by one of the front lines. But Nereza holding his own on that left-hand side. That close that needs to be taken, Gio's running in there, takes another pick out on Ray. So this is the beginning of Sydney's first push.
Yep, they jump on tower, Nereza sitting on there. See if they... I mean, I'd expect the backline to jump up to the top right, as I said, but it looks like he's the designated tower rider. As bombs come out, trying to slow this tower down. River and Ray up on the top right there. Skidder hunting them down.
So 62, that was their push. There's a lot of turf around there where Skidder looks like he's being caught out. Doesn't look like he got the kill, which means Skidder will be back very soon.
Yeah, a lot of quick respawn on that build.
So what we need to see here is what Link's been doing, where they're trying to take control of close. It's going to be super important for that first checkpoint.
I'm getting dizzy watching Link run around here.
Trying to escape. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that close range weapon that he used to be running to take those fights, so he tried to escape rather than take a fight. Beautiful coming out
by Gio.
Shade's coming with the trade.
And they can't quite get past this 62 mark. But
no.
So good defense from Perth. They just need to turn that into some offense.
Beautiful bomb. Nice double coming out from Shades. This is the beginning of the push.
Pops and missiles on the Charger as well.
Which means that Nereza has to back off. We're looking like we'll see more than 62 in this push. But I love the timing on this bomb, as well as the instant takeout on Skidder as he slides past.
Yeah, perfect placement there. And they've got the lead just. The Booyah comes out. The benefit of the remix.
Skidder behind, trying to just hold the different positions. Make Perth look behind. So they never feel safe as they're pole dancing.
Yeah, but Ray was in a lot of trouble. They're getting caught between two Sydney Endeavour players. So...
giving Skidder the armour is dangerous as he tries to get some first picks. Perth just back off.
roll. Oh.
Beautiful pick from Link.
Cannot get past 62.
Oh, and Link getting a double there to stop that
3
push
down.
single-handedly. I didn't see any bullets coming from the rest of Perth.
No, it seems a really nice play there by Link.
Once again, you see Link every single time he gets that win, goes straight up to close. He has to secure both closes. He's got the range and he's probably got the kill time as well. Ooh!
Silent, nice play there, but gets taken out.
Instantly by the bomb. We've got another stalemate sitting in the middle with a 61 to 62.
And Sydney have got someone up in the close again, so they're doing a good job on the left. It's just this top right section where Shades is now. I feel like if you secure that, that's the key to winning this map.
Right.
So if either team can do that, then we might see a higher score than 61.
Exactly, and the fact that they're keeping each other to 61 feels like great play, great defensive play, great positioning from both teams, right? No one wiping.
Oh, nice.
Oh, as I say that, that's the second double kill that Shades has whipped out. Beginning this push here, we're going to see them take the lead here, but I just want to take a second to take Shades looking front, looking behind, making sure everything's looked after.
Yeah, and they made their way through the first checkpoint. Really nice seeing Shades. We need to see that from him in this comp.
Right, Shades is considered one of the higher echelon players, coming in with positive ink, who is one of the top Div 1 teams, or one of the Div 1 teams.
Yep, and I think for this Perth team to succeed, he really needs to be getting those entry kills.
Right. Ray getting a nice stop against Skidder. Doesn't matter, Skidder will be back, adding to that death tally. Oh, Gio getting that last shot on Link. So 29. That is a great push coming out from Perth.
Yeah.
Do Sydney have what it takes in the last 30 seconds?
I mean, they seem to just cannot get past this 62 mark as they get to the checkpoint now. So you can try and tick through that.
Ray needs to be taken out on the left-hand side. The Booyah Bomb perfectly timing with the Stingray.
Oh, but should have thrown it on the tower.
It was trying to stop the Stingray from taking him out. Gio gets pushed off with the tower. Ray popping on tower gets the stop. Ray versus 3 there. They unfortunately got the lead already.
Well, Ray gets knocked off the tower and we go back to spawn, but
that is a Sydney game right at the end.
Yeah, I think that Booyah Bomb should have landed on the tower.
Agreed. I think that it was great from Nereza putting the pressure off the tower onto Ray. Ray went into defense mode rather than thinking clearly about the objective.
Yeah. So that was unfortunate there. Perth looking like they were in control of that map. Just couldn't withstand the last push.
No.
They had really solid defense up to that point though.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll see. I'm really hoping that they can get this next one, and it'd be good to go into a live third set. The thing is, like, it's been back and forth a bit as we've had some strong maps for either team, but it's still pretty even. The teams are pretty evenly matched, so it'd be a shame for it to end this quickly.
Right. But as we saw, if we look at these first 4 maps without the Perth Fury victory there, and we look at just the consistency of the Sydney Endeavour play throughout those 4 games.
Oh yeah, they've stepped up.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. They're playing quite a strong team. Yeah, I think Sydney are definitely. They put themselves in a really good position to win as quickly as you can in this format. So, they were. You could say that Sydney were unlucky to lose the game they lost, and they could be 4-0 at the moment. So
that's what it comes down to with these Splatoon matches, these ranked modes, is that they could play the same comp in the same map multiple times, and it's just how they deal with the objective at that last second.
Yep.
So we've got our next map, our next mode. It is a Murray favourite coming out. We have Manta Maria.
So, why is Murray good on this map?
Because he holds, with his Dynamo, he uses the ledges and the leverages in all the different nooks and crannies of this map to hurl ink over, right?
Can I suggest something?
Oh, I would love you to suggest something.
I would like to see a Link Dynamo.
Agreed. I think the Dynamo is a very impressive pick on this map. And Murray has proved that time and time again. And I know Link has an awesome Dynamo. And I think that might be a bit of an X factor coming out for Perth.
Yeah, the only thing would be then you have two quite slow moving weapons, but I think it still suits their style. So you probably end up with a Remix and a Dynamo, and then a couple of frontlining weapons. So
Link was running the 96, so the frontlining wasn't really affected last map,
and he can still run armor on the Dynamo.
Yeah,
so
less
frequent
and less reliable to get the armor out, but it still provides that to the team at key points, at choke points, at checkpoints, and things like that.
Yeah. So let's see which other weapon he picks
as we go into what could be match point for Sydney Endeavour if they win this. Link comes out 96. You know, it's still a good pick, and if you're warmed up with it, why not?
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of teams don't want to be slowed down in this current meta, so
right.
I understand why he's gone with what he's gone.
Oh, bombs instantly coming. Look, that's 3 bombs coming out from Sydney, employing a bit of Perth tactics there. They know that people are hiding up there, and they need to flush them out.
Rivers been flanked, but Skidder goes down to another Perth player.
Skidder has to be more intelligent with those approaches.
Yeah, I feel like Skidder goes so fast, and the team doesn't really go.
There wasn't even bomb support coming out at that time. Even a call saying, "Hey, I'm going in," you know, which probably came across, but people need to be able to react to it. Beautiful kill coming out from Nereza, who is on a sloshing machine.
Yeah, what can't Nereza play?
Look at that, beautiful. Taking out 2 people coming out from Perth. This is going to be the beginning of Sydney's push. This is where the Dynamo kind of comes in over this street ledge.
Yep. But
which isn't in here, but what we'll see is probably Nereza being able to slosh over. Ooh.
Yep, we're seeing the slosh come out on Link.
And that armor perfectly timed coming out.
And River goes down again. This is looking very dangerous for Perth. Nereza putting pressure on Ray, who looks like they've gone down. It's only 1 up.
What an aggressive push!
This is really nice by Sydney.
And what a dominant performance. That is the end of this match. Taken out by Sydney.
Yep. They really came to play today. So we'll see if Perth can sort of bounce back, and as we talked about,
they need to come back with some games.
You need some game wins. You need some a set win would be even better.
But look at that, Gio and Nereza coming out and just being absolutely oppressive. They got 8 kills and 5 kills to only the other team getting 1. Perth could only put together 1 kill.
Yeah. I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised that by the end of this league that Nereza slots in as one of the other, like, if you look at the Sydney team, Nereza could easily slot into the starting 4.
Right.
As you get into finals.
Agreed.
So,
because just to let everyone know, when we hit finals, the 25 play per player rule gets reset, and there will be a different number for the finals. It'll be less. The number obviously won't be as high, and it will allow the strongest teams to kind of be pulled out who have been made over the season.
Yeah. Yeah. So, an interesting time in the league here, because like we said, it was so even after 2 rounds. You're starting to see some teams sort of separate from the pack.
Right. The formations, they're getting used to playing with each other, how each other work. Yeah, you can definitely see it in Melbourne coming together, in Adelaide coming together, Sydney coming together, and Brisbane came together. New Zealand is yet to have their breakout yet, and Perth Fury, unfortunately, cops the L.
Yeah, but by no means, like, there's 2 matches, to go, or 2 rounds to go, and by no means is any team out of it. New Zealand probably are going to struggle. I think mathematically they're probably still going to be in with a shot, but
It'll be a hard shot.
Yeah, they want to win convincingly in their last 2 games. So, yeah, but it's exciting. It's really exciting to see these teams sort of work it out, and the league to take form. I'm excited to see where all these teams end up at the end of the regular season.
Yeah, because they started off as a ragtag group of people.
Exactly.
And what I've heard from some of the people playing is they're practicing more with these teams than they have with their own teams outside of this league.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if that was a go at us, because that came from our teammate Pit Viper. So I don't know if it was a go at us for not practicing hard enough, or.
Yeah. No, definitely. Oh, look, I'm glad everyone's there's money on the line. There's glory on the line. Why wouldn't you put all the effort you could into it?
Oh, absolutely. This sort of tournament doesn't come around that often, so...
Has it never been seen in the Splatoon community, at least for AUNZ?
I mean,
maybe even for the world.
I feel that it's sort of... Without the AUNZ Open, this is the biggest thing that will happen this year in Australian Splatoon. Geo flanks around looking for a pick on Ray.
Getting a few shots, but Perth putting a 2v1 and Geo backing off like he should, using...
Just snuck out a bit too much and Ray getting the pick there. But...
Reza,
seeing your brother die. That was like in the trenches stuff. Sydney made their way through the first checkpoint. I really hope that Perth aren't sort of rattled from losing the match and can put some wins on the board. But...
Nereza looking for that snipe, taking too much time to take out the first. Skidder jumping onto the tower, instantly using all 4 dashes to stay alive, takes out Shades, and now is playing behind him. Instantly taken out by River. Forget I said anything.
But, I mean, Skidder did an okay job there of distracting River for a bit.
Well, that's the reason why they weren't all in position on platform already.
Exactly. It's River on the plat.
Looking to see someone on the left-hand side. More interested in just running around than taking any fights.
This is like he's running the Rainmaker again. Oh my lord, where are you going, son?
River, you are not the objective. Why is everyone focused on him? Oh, brilliant.
Oh, that might have killed if there was an armor up, but Son lives another day.
So, yeah, waiting to see if his bomb got the kill on the inject landing. Unfortunately, mistimed. The inkjet gets to live another day. A tactic which wouldn't work against Shock, as we know, running drop roller.
With the drop roller.
So, missiles coming out in a very, very unfortunate spot. Silent instantly getting that kill.
Nice.
Picking up another, getting a few bags.
Lovely.
Brilliant. We like to see these. Picks off River instantly, takes out Link, comes in with a bag right at the end.
Yeah, and Asylum is very polite and before every tournament asks if bagging is allowed.
Yeah, he does.
Highly encourage it.
Link trying to get a pick with his inkjet, unfortunately sees nothing. Bomb camped at the bottom, still manages to escape.
He's managed to pull someone away from the objective. But
instead of running away, needs to take this fight.
So they did a good job of splitting the forces there. Although he's gone down eventually, but the tower hasn't pushed any further.
We're seeing a capo coming out from Shades. Who gets the last second kill.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he aimed that or if Skidder dashed into a couple shots at the end there.
Like a kid in a candy shop, Shades figures out where to throw the booyah bomb. Unfortunately, just slaps the candy and doesn't grab anything for himself.
Ray's riding this through the checkpoint. The Stingray comes out.
Ray
on Ray action.
Once again, that Ray versus Booyah, it's a tried and true battle matchup that we've seen come out at the exact same time.
Geo spotted out Link.
Going for a second kill here on Shades. Shades, you got to move. Link trying to take the challenge of taking out the inkjet.
Geo's pushed them right back, so a chance for the tower to move forward.
Armor coming out for Asylum and Geo push. Geo hugging that corner, hoping that he just isn't in range of anyone looking after him. And this is what we see from these frontline players, just averting the gaze as the objective comes through.
It's good to see it's not all about just running through and killing everyone.
Right.
There's a bit of thought going into this.
Gio managed to get one more kill before being taken out on his way back from his flank. Right, so a successful flank, stays there, diverts the attention, and then comes back into the objective to pick one more kill.
Oh, nice
bomb.
by Nereza.
Dribble. Nereza. Beautiful shot coming out, trying to get the skeet shooting down.
Oh, but lining up that shot.
Link.
In a lot of trouble there.
Beautiful double kill taking out from Nereza. I love
slow triple. We'll give him the slow triple.
Where he just casually watches for that unsafe inkjet. Knows exactly where Shades is going to take cover behind the tower. How good was that?
Very nice work by Nereza.
Oh, beautiful.
Does well taking out River and found Ray as well.
That's a double coming out from Skidder. That's exactly what Skidder needs to do every time. And even if they do it once every 3 deaths, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and gets a third. So this would be another win to Sydney, taking out tower control 3-0.
By the way, I didn't get to tell you guys, but we're playing Inkblot Art Academy. Just in case anyone wanted to know what map we're playing. Oh, we'll have a quick look back at the kills there. Looking at Skidder and Silem coming out on the top. River and Link doing a great job with it. It seemed to be a slogfest back and forth. The only thing that wasn't a slogfest was the objective.
Yeah. I think the switch of Silem to Enzap has been helpful.
Yes.
Because there was a lot of armors came out there. I think it was Silem.
Right, and the armor was a universal go sign, which I saw a few times when that came out, that they would push together, Silem and Geo.
I think rather than playing the Neo Splash and having to sort of make plays, Silem can enable his team to make the plays. So the Geos and the Skidders, you give them the armor and then they can run with it. So Silem giving up part of his game, I guess, to better the team. So nice to see.
Yeah, we're watching some subs come in and out now. It seems like Silem left the room and then Silem came back. You know,
maybe he had to charge his handheld switch. So we're just waiting for the mode for set 3 to come through. Perth to pick that, so it'd be interesting to see if we get zones or clams. I think Sydney have, as we said, they're pretty strong across all the modes. So there's not one that neither of those I could say was their weak mode. I think they've won. No. They beat Adelaide in clams. I mean, they lost to Adelaide in zones, but I think they beat Melbourne in zones. I mean, that's a couple of weeks ago. You're testing my memory now, but
we're seeing a Cookie make a reappearance to round out the squad from for Sydney is Cookie, Silem, Geo, and Nereza. So maybe giving Skidder a bit of a rest.
Maybe trying to get some games into other players. Definitely, like Silem, I think started this round with only 2 games played, so you'll see a lot of Silem.
And we're just about to find out what mode they're picking.
Splat zones.
Looks like we're going splat zones, guys. Everyone wants to see it. Hasn't popped out in the first 2 sets, which is very surprising. Splat zones is usually a mainstay of the Splatoon community. Maybe Perth didn't, because Perth have been picking all 3 of these modes, they didn't feel that Splat Zones was as strong as their other modes.
Yeah.
What do Perth need to do to take out Sydney in zones?
It might suit Perth a little bit. As we talked about, they kind of like to sit back a little bit more than Sydney do. So they might be able to get to a situation where Sydney start to feed in a little bit.
Yep.
It's hard to know exactly what what they do. I might see some more CDS. I mean, I think we'll definitely see it from Cookie, but might see someone on Perth try and pick that up.
Yeah.
We're
still waiting for the final substitution of Perth Fury, who are running with Link, River, and
Ray
41. So we're either going to see Tay take a step in.
We may do.
Shades has stepped out. And I don't think Perks is going to hop back in. I think Perks has played a lot of matches. And he said recently, I think last night, that his aim wasn't feeling up to scratch. Unfortunate. You know, we all have our off days.
Yeah.
He had a whole night's sleep between it. Hopefully he could sleep.
Just thinking about his
thinking about the flick of the wrists. I know if I play Splatoon for too long and then try to go to bed, all I can think of is taking turf. It is ridiculous. It happens to me with all games. I play too much Rainbow Six Siege, and then every time I see a camera, I think I need to shoot it out. And it's really dangerous because there's a lot of cameras. And that's vandalism and frowned upon.
And who gave you that gun?
And why do I have a gun?
Okay, so the bans have come through. Sydney banning Humpback Pump Track and Perth banning Schellendorf Institute.
Okay.
So we're just waiting for the last pick.
And the map coming out, what looks like is Inkblot Art Academy. Is that correct?
No. No, we're still waiting for the map pick.
Oh, he hasn't gone into the next thing. Yes, sorry, team.
Tay is coming into the lineup for Perth.
Oh, welcome Tay to the fray. G'day.
Oh, how's our rhyming today?
Yeah, what's up? Oh, it's good. Oh, man.
So the map that's come out is Piranha Pit.
Piranha Pit, double P.
We've seen rhyming, alliteration.
Mm-hmm.
We're bringing it all to you today.
We are just word geniuses.
We saw an insane match between Melbourne and New Zealand last week on Piranha Pit.
Oh, can it top that? Coming down to the absolute wire, needing expert breakdown from FLC and the ATAR support analysis desk to see exactly what happened, because we were just like,
we weren't saying anything really.
Yeah, we sounded like a bunch of lambs being slaughtered.
Added nothing to that. But you didn't need to. Like, that's the type of one you just you can just. We should add another sound to our board here. You can just sit back and appreciate high quality Splatoon in games like that. You don't need to add anything to those.
No, you don't. Come on, Perth. I want to see Perth take a step back up. Sydney are absolutely dominating in this set match. They've already taken the win. Will they beat the pinata that is Perth Fury to the ground? Yeah, and eat the candy from. Yeah, they've already beaten it. Now that
and I can't tell you all enough again how important these set and game wins are. If you look at the leaderboard, Brisbane, after their win last night, are up to, I think, 20 game wins out of 27.
Ooh.
So their tiebreaker's looking really nice as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing that teams are starting to check in for our second game of the doubleheader. So
our second game of the doubleheader.
Second game? Yeah, we've got Melbourne and Adelaide coming up. They were the two top teams after round 2.
Mm-hmm.
So another cracker for sure.
It is. But we still have 3 games left in here. We want to see Perth come into this. Let's get into some absolute banger of a gameplay.
Oh, so now Link brings out Dynamo.
There it is. It's a good map for Dynamo, you know.
It is.
Whip it out on the PP. Flicking it over the conveyor belts. Ray getting a few clicks there. Someone backing the hell off because they would have been weak.
Yeah. Oh, but
Geo coming through. Now Geo we're going to see come out as a bit more aggressive. Now that the Skitter isn't there, Geo is now their entry.
It's a bit of a stalemate as far as zones go.
Geo giving himself a line of blue paint, a thin slither to escape that Booyah Bomb.
Yeah, and it's important to note Perth have 2 Booyah Bombs here, so...
Okay, cool.
Maybe they're looking to use them on the 2 zones.
Nareza being taken out, a double coming out from Tay.
I mean, he fell down for style.
It doesn't matter, manages to cut back the zones, but we just see Tay come in like a freight train and just... and just take them all out. Brilliant entrance from Tay, who's obviously been warming up and just wants to see Perth do well.
Yeah, it might be the super sub.
The super sub. Yeah. I hear another more. Oh, another tip comes out from Cookie. He was expecting a bag, but I think he was just trying to swim away. Now, this is a dominant performance from Perth. What is Sydney doing, and how do they come back into this?
They need to work together to get back in here. They don't want to feed in like we talked about at the start, or someone from Perth goes down on the right.
Because that's Nereza not on a 5-fin. That's a standard splat charger. He's only got...
Man,
oh my
on a tear.
goodness!
They just need to hold this zone.
Tay tear! Cookie being taken out. Nereza trying to escape, but he's going to get 2v1 real quick, instantly being taken.
Oh, there's the power of the Dynamo, and he's got the Booyah ready to get the spawners
just
coming through.
Block them out. What a performance from Perth. 2, 1. That's the game.
Yeah, Sydney couldn't quite get back to the zone at the end there. Yeah, I mean, I think people should listen to my suggestions of Dynamos. And you asked what Perth needed to do. Maybe it was just sub in Tay because he popped off there as we're playing Splat Zone.
We're playing Splat Zone. Which everyone now knows. Oh, guys, I should have seen what the kills were on the end of that last match because Tay was on a tear.
Yeah, it was a Tay tear.
I want some tartare on that Tay tear. It was delicious.
It was. Someone who's probably struggled a little bit in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
But showing that he can play with the big boys as well. And yeah, Tay getting... I mean, we saw at least 4 key splats there, so...
Oh, we did, on that camera as well.
Yeah.
No doubt it was a bit of a team effort, but that end zap coming out from Tay was great. The key thing to pull out of that was the aggression that Tay brought, which I think has been lacking from, unfortunately, from Shades, who's meant to be a slayer, but he's very methodical in his approaches.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes you just need to get in their face.
Yeah, I think Shades' style is to wait for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can't wait and you just have to go for it.
No, and as you're waiting for the moment, your team is being taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously Link's performance with the Dynamo was really good there. The double booyah. I think the comp that came out from Perth was a lot better than Sydney's.
Yeah.
Sydney was coming back with an Inkjet, a Stingray, a Rain, and a Bomb Rush, right? We're going into our next map now, which is exactly what Sydney want to do and not what Perth want to do. Camp Triggerfish. This is going to separate the 2 teams into 2 teams of 2. So they're going to be 4 teams in total of 2 teams of 2 and 2 teams, right?
No one knows what you're talking about right now.
Well, there's 2 teams, right? And each of those teams have to go into
2 teams.
Have to break into 2 teams, right?
And then if they tell 2 friends, and then we make profit.
Then we've made a multi-level marketing scheme from Splatoon, and we've clearly lost it here. You know what you were saying before about the PP. And
I never said PP, that was you.
the Piranha Pit and how a close match was so exciting.
Yes.
I think that stomp was
exciting.
was a pretty exciting because it was a freight train that had no brakes and it just kind of kept rolling.
Yeah.
And it'd be interesting to see if Perth could bring this into their next game.
And it's exciting to see some of these players have those pop-off moments.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good to see Perth get another win on the board. Like I said, they're super important. So, and they can take a set here. They're at a set point for Camp Triggerfish. So let's see what Perth can do. See if the map pick upsets the momentum they just gained.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the way I like to break it down, right? I like to see the 2 teams of 2, but that might not be everyone's strategy. Securing one zone and then finding out how to get the other is definitely a good way. Watching River come out with his mini.
There's a Clash Blaster Neo out here. Let's go.
Oh, Thok, mother. The Thockers, as we've playfully called it because that's what Checkers pulls out when he's not playing well with any of his other weapons.
So all the time.
All the time. Used just as a mix-up. When people aren't ready for the Thockers, that's when you shine.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, it could disrupt them at the wall here. That's where Tay is.
And the Fizzy Bomb proving too much off screen for Nereza. A great map for Fizzy Bombs because of the long, slim zones.
Yep.
And then just throwing out, allowing the bomb to do its thing as you're no longer there anymore.
So it's nice. Like Link's obviously really thinking about the weapons that he's playing, which is good.
And that's what flex players should be doing, right? We see it out of Nereza and we see it out of Link. The ability to pivot and play well other game modes.
And Link's just still sitting weapons. In their zone. So he's controlling that whole side for his team as
Cookie and Silent. Cookie getting some drop-off damage there. Looks like City might be able to get their first zone. Need the flip though, and this is the importance of Camp Triggerfish and the 2 zones. Both teams need to win.
There we go, they've managed to secure a zone.
Only a 29 penalty, not too bad.
Yeah, they got down to 63. And they're going to take it straight back, but looks
River with the mini Splatling coming out.
Nice shot,
beautiful! And the movement from that mini Splatling.
Needs to just be careful with the charger there on the wall.
Look at how quickly that paints the zone, my dude.
But Nereza getting the team back in with jump-ins. River doing a good job of moving.
River deciding to use those missiles to help out the right-hand side, leaving Nereza up on that. But it doesn't matter because the Fockers came in, and we aren't seeing an X around the charger.
Looks like the Flash Blaster went down, but...
Unfortunate.
You see, Tay is leading the team with KA at the moment, so the Clash Blaster not a bad pick. Oh, and picked out 1. Oh, nice. So Perth stopping this push, but they need to secure the other zone. Oh, I can't do it as Geo takes out River. Link getting 1, Geo taking him out, and we're going to count down and get the lead here for Sydney.
Okay, so Sydney are coming back, proving that they weren't all over for them, showing why they're so dominant in splat zones, keeping them guessing with their comp.
Geo jumping back to help out Nereza on Sydney's zone. Cannot find that kill.
But 2 from Perth being dropped down, River being the only one over there, Ray being the only one over there, trying to hold that right zone while more people can get in.
The bomb almost picking out Tay. They need to be careful about their zone behind them. Oh, and a nice shot by Nereza, I think they're taking out Ray. So Sydney back in control. The clock's ticking down to 20, and this could be a knockout for Sydney. Geo finding another one. The pro really helping with the range on this map, shooting over the gaps. So this could just be a matter of time before Sydney knock this one out. Oh, nice move by Geo.
Movement.
A jump coming in over there. Finally gets taken down by all the bombs.
Yeah. River holding him, and they've still got a minute left. Nereza
on the flank.
Nereza on the flank, instantly taken out of position like he should have been, but still gets the kill. That shouldn't have happened. Not the kill, the flank at all.
Perth desperately need to flip the zones here.
A bomb coming out onto that. Needs all 3 hits to stop it. Link running out of turf, trying to panic splashdown. Unfortunately, not enough. Cookie's got the kill. And that will be Sydney taking out the next zone. Now, Tay did such a good job on the NZAP there. I feel like it was an all or nothing pick to go that Clash Blaster.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where the thought was with the walls. 8 KA, so definitely not the worst. But Sydney showing dominance there, especially Geo at 18 KA there.
18 KA. It's no loose goose, but it's definitely high.
Yeah, it was very nice. Going to add to his pursuit of the Golden Gun Award. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I think Sydney picked that map and it suited them nicely, so we'll see if Perth go back to some sort of... I guess they won their first map, which was Sydney's choice as well, wasn't it? So we'll see what they come up with, the map pick. Maybe another double zone map. We've seen 2 so far. So
right.
Maybe like the Reef. Or...
Yep. I would love to see the Reef. I think the Reef would be a slogfest between these two teams.
Yeah.
I think it was a really smart choice from Sydney to pick Camp Triggerfish. They pulled the team apart, showing that Perth Fury need that cohesion to actually work as a team. You see it in the Rainmaker being their good mode, and it just seems to be a common theme that we keep picking up.
Yeah, it does. They're obviously trying to fight around together, so if you can split them up, then that works.
Then split them the hell up. All right, cool. We are looking for the next and final match that we have, not for today, but against these two teams. We're going Black Belly Skate Park on Splat Zones. Once again, a double zone map.
Double zone map and
quite large.
Reasonably large. But I'm thinking,
dangerous. Here we go.
Might see another Dynamo.
Yep. Yep.
From Link and alternatively, if Nereza wants to play a charger, if he gets up the top, that's going to be an issue. So control of that middle tower is really important on this map. It'll be interesting to see what comps we see.
Yeah,
but, this favours Rivers Slosher.
Yes.
So I can see where the picks come from.
Definitely. Sure. Yep. And we have some insight from the Perth team. Tay saying, I don't even care that we lost. I convinced Riv to let me play my Clash, and that's a W. It's all about the mini Ws.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad Perth are taking something out of this game. If nothing else. Not taking any set wins. Well, they could take this one.
They could. This is the final match, and this is to prove Checkers wrong, Perth. So just destroy him and take this win in Splat Zones.
Yes, Naru, if you're having fun, that's all that matters. And I'm sure you were having fun as you stomped New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly.
Night. It's all good if you're having fun.
Did
you think about New Zealand? Did you think about them?
Neru, I just hear like sunshine, lollipops as she's just mowing people down on her heavy. Here we go. We have triple sloshes coming up from Perth. We have an Explosher and 2 tri-sloshes and a Dynamo. What the hell?
What a comp.
This is just a slosh comp. There is just so much flicked ink coming out. Not one shooter in sight. Instantly gets pulled out by Nereza. Tay deciding that a flank might be a good idea early, leaving Nereza that perfect spot. That's where Nereza wants to sit.
And Gio's gone down there.
Yeah, Nereza putting himself out of position.
Oh, the Booyah to save him from the Booyah.
Manages to...
Tay getting the nice pick there.
Perfect. Good play from Nereza. Better play coming up from Perth.
And they might take the zone. Oh, Gio's up there though.
Unfortunately, not enough range as he fell down to slosh Gio up the top, and Gio getting an easy kill.
This could be free reign for Gio if he gets going. Kill time on his weapon compared to everyone else's.
Right, but what he has to worry about is chip damage. If he takes any of these fights 2v1, he's just going to get sloshed from everywhere. Oh, that Dynamo does not have a hope against an ending jet coming out. Oh, Gio pulling out the 2, the double.
The Explosion and the Dynamo there going down to Gio.
Damn, son.
And they're ticking down to 70 for Sydney, who are looking in control and looking to pick up a clean sweep in the sets here. River trying to find someone here and see that they're moving back towards mid.
Rain coming out, trying to knock people off that central mid, very important.
Oh, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Tri-Slosher versus Tri-Slosher.
Link being taken out by Gio. Once again, Gio has been a kill time.
And a slow wipe there for Perth, so they're in a bit of trouble with the clock kicking down to 40 now.
Oh.
Nereza dying on zone is not going to help that. Nice.
Oh, River taking out one and getting an assist on the second one there. Unfortunately, it can be spaced perfectly by Gio. Once again is on a tear. Gio, oh my god, Gio, please.
Oh, and the Dynamo showing its skills there.
Yeah.
But Gio up to 10 KA, leading the game at the moment. And that, I don't know if that's been the difference. Having Gio, he seems to have played a very nice match today. So he might be the difference between these two teams.
Right. And Geo's experience has definitely shown itself in this set. Maybe not the other sets as much, as Sydney have copped a couple of L's while Geo has been playing. But in this set, Geo is really the difference between these two squads.
Hey, just sharking, trying to stay alive.
Or getting it before the armor comes out.
Oh, nice burst bomb there.
Nice getting 2 kills.
He's last up, so he's going to cop the brunt of this.
And manages to take out the triple. A very slow wipe, but this is going to allow...
He'll get his team back in, at least.
Yes, as he gets another kill out here. Pulls out the armor for his squad. And then trades with this inkjet right at the end.
That was a nice trade on the inkjet. I thought he was in a lot of trouble there.
Me too. There's a long pause between those shots for the inkjet, which allowed him to just spam that trigger.
River going down again and
not getting a lot for it. Geo just doing what he wants to.
Yeah, some nice individual plays by Perth, but then it's not resulting in the score going on the board.
And this is a double armor comp coming out, right? With these 2 sloshes. Brilliant!
Only one of them is armor.
River doing exactly what he's required to do. Coming in for the triple, the slow triple. That's what we need to see from players such as River, right? He's sharking, he's getting in this good position, manages to find 2 people instantly, and gets his rain off. Not to mention the triple that he gets.
Yeah, and they've put the penalty back on Sydney, and they're almost through their own, so out of nowhere, Perth has some sort of a glimmer of hope here. The Booyah Bomb comes out from Link, looking to save his own life.
Manages to escape out by the skin of his teeth. Very yellow, looking like he's part of the other team.
But we're down to 44 then. If they Link swimming back here, they've gone 2 down, so the zone's going to flip, sadly. But, you know, it's
32, that's not a bad push. It's a massive penalty that they have to work through.
Yeah, and they've only got 10 seconds to get those zones back, so
that has 1 down. It's looking like a 3v4. Perth have to come in and get a few more kills. Another coming out. River trying to hold that zone. Another kill coming out. River! Absolute tear. This looks like it's going to be Perth's zone. Now, River have to stop this. River. Here's the whole team. Another kill coming out. We are looking at the penalty coming out. And
3 on 3.
Like, Perth can actually take this game if Sydney do not get their act together.
So they're just waiting for Geo to get back up and
Rain coming out, trying to hold down the close zone.
Sydney player goes down.
Cookie trying to look out the side. Gets
White, they're
caught
gonna
on
win
the
it.
end.
Perth, they're going to win this.
Brilliant.
And River with the bag.
Well done.
Now, he's someone I didn't think would bag people. But he's popping off.
He doesn't care. Brilliant. I love to see it. It's good that it finishes off. We've got a final few squids out of that replay as he gets 1 more kill. Finishes off that game. 77-76.
Nice, and very important for Perth to pick up that win.
Geo still pulling out more KDA than Perth. But River really... His plays were all flashy. They were all multiple kills.
Yeah, and it was just the right timing. Did a really good job there. Insane. So and I think the other thing is, it's a 5-minute game.
Yep.
4 minutes, Sydney just destroyed, but didn't get as many points on the board maybe as they should have.
Right.
And then it only took a couple of pushes by Perth to get the win, and so that showed in the KA, but when it came down to it, it was objective, and then River getting picks at the right time.
Yeah.
And I think you saw them start to work together. So I think there was a point there where River got 2, and then Link came through and got the 3rd with the Dynamo. So
yes,
really nice.
Yeah, exactly. I think allowing Perth to get set up with their comp, which was just an area denial comp.
Yep.
Was the key to that game.
Yeah.
Perth managed to do it and then held Sydney back. It was great when Gio could get his individual picks and just kind of dart through. But if he couldn't break them apart and allowed them to get set up, that's really an interesting comp. And I wonder if we're going to see that from Perth in their future games.
Yeah, or definitely I think the map suited them. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick that. in the future.
Yeah. But most of all, that was a huge win coming out from Sydney, making it a 2-1, popping them up very high on the leaderboard. It would definitely be second at this moment because the Melbourne-Adelaide game hasn't played yet. And Brisbane got a 9-0. So I think they're on the top of the leaderboard.
I'm just going to try and get us an interview as you continue to entertain the people.
I have nothing to juggle. That's my air juggling routine. I hope you all enjoyed it. I think Will Ferrell did a really good air juggling routine. Have you seen it? What is that? What does he do that in? The Office, when Will Ferrell takes over and he has an air juggling routine. Very good. Please watch it if you haven't. Okay, guys. We are going to get 2 people in from Sydney. I don't know who they are just yet. Checkers, who are they?
Nereza and Xylem.
Hey, cool. Bit different. Nice.
Yeah.
We already have Nereza, there's Xylem. Let's hop in there and let's have a chat to our interviewees. Oh, g'day and welcome, Sydney. How are you guys going?
Sound of people getting drag and dropped.
Yeah, I've seen Rainbow.
They are unaware that we are having a chat to him. You guys can hear us, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Welcome.
Hello.
Congratulations on your win.
Thanks. It was pretty free, as they say.
Shots fired. What happened in the last set then?
We're just having a good laugh, Good laugh.
It seems like when Perth pulled out that comp of all sloshes, do you think it was just the map mode that worked for that? Or do you think if they pulled that out a little bit earlier on in the set, things may have been a bit different?
Nah, I think it was just that map mode, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, like Black Belly is such a good mode when you're running such a splash damage heavy comp with the Explosher, Dynamo, and then double Tri-Slosher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Tri-Slosher has like so many weaknesses, but on Black Belly it's like quite a strong weapon. So.
Right. Cookie, Cookie. Xylem. No,
Unbelievable.
I know, right?
Nah, this is
me thinking of the person I really want to interview. Sorry.
Could you guys get
That's
Cookie?
fair. That's
No.
fair.
Yeah, now that you're here, can you get Cookie? No, Xylem. You pulled out an NZAP today. I didn't know your religion allowed you to play game maps and weapons
look,
that didn't have.
I don't want to give away too much, but
Yep.
I absolutely hate tower control, so I was forced to play NZAP.
Yes. No, sorry for your loss. No, we did see it. It came out and you actually did quite well with it, which was surprising. Is that going to be a mainstay for you coming out in the future?
Probably not.
Cool. Good.
Straight back to the Neo Splash.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, burst bombs are the way to go, no?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I've seen it multiple times. I saw you help out Geo a few times. Your second manning it into fights is commemorable. It's very good.
Yeah, that way I didn't have to lose a fight. I could just say it was Geo's fault,
Right, and all you're there is just helping to assist.
Yeah, it was easy.
And Nereza, we've seen you play all sorts of weapons today and throughout the league.
yes.
Are you transitioning away from being that backline, or you just want to add a few more strings to your bow?
It's more like having awareness of what the team comp actually needs versus what I want to play personally.
Okay. What do you want to play personally?
Just play Charger and everything that I can.
Yeah.
But like other sets, you've seen me play things like NZAP, or these sets I played K Machine and stuff, and it's just either because the weapon that I want to play doesn't work, or because our comp is lacking something in it. I need to try it. Adjust that.
We were we're referring to both Link and you in this set as the flex players that kind of made the difference, really provided the X factor for your teams. I think that flexibility, although you might groan when you don't get to pick Charger.
Yeah. No, there is quite a lot of oh, come on, I want to play Charger.
Yeah.
I was insisting to play E-Leader at some point, and it was
oh,
not really.
I'd love to see it along that. But I think that flexibility that you provide really makes a difference. And that you can actually provide proper skill behind the other weapons that you use, like your sloshing machine there. Do you find that your positioning has to change a lot, or is it all pretty similar?
The thing about is they're very different weapons, and there's obviously when you're playing a different weapon, it's completely different play style. But I feel like lots of the things that across any weapon are like the same or similar. So it's not particularly hard to switch from something like Charger or Splatling to something like Machine. And Machine in particular has that sort of aim requirement, and I feel like quite comfortable switching from something to like Charger to Machine, because Machine just has like that aim requirement thing, and it feels satisfying to play.
Oh yeah, when you get it direct, we hear it on stream. It shatters our bones.
Oh, in my mind, it sounds beautiful. I don't have audio on when I'm playing, but I can just imagine the sounds.
So many people don't play with audio.
I don't get it. How do you get the hit markers and where they're coming from? And
No. You don't need audio. No.
It's in your head. It's like those pictures that you can just hear.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
sure.
that.
No,
Yeah, I get it.
Feel it, just feel it.
Yeah,
And who needs motion controls? Just use sticks while we're at it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want, go ahead.
-5, inverse 6.
Ooh.
Tell us what it's like playing with people like Skitter and Geo, as far as like the pace they play at. If you guys are sort of still trying to get used to that, or if
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, because my team, when I was on Morning Sun, they were always telling me to slow down. So it's good that my team's rushing and dying, so I can. Wait.
yeah, free reign for you.
And what about you, Nereza, when you're hopping on things like your backline, and how do you keep up with them while keeping your distance?
It's mostly the way I'm able to play is just based on their callouts. Because when I'm playing something like Charger or like Splatling, I'm too busy looking at like what's directly in my screen to be able to keep in mind where they are. So their callouts really help me keep up with them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Look, guys, congratulations. That was awesome. That was a 2-1 to you. That puts you guys higher up on the leaderboard. I'm not sure who you guys are versing next, but
New Zealand.
It's New Zealand.
New Zealand, right? So do you think you're going to struggle with any of their backline, or do you think that the rushdown comp that you guys
I was going to
provide?
say, did you not see how Brisbane played? Like, I think that's how we're going to play.
Right. That's that's the Holy Trinity. You do not use the Boom's name in vain. Okay, they whipped out. So they've got some very powerful people and a great supporting cast that's stepping up, much like you guys. I'm really seeing Sydney coming together as a team. Do you guys think?
I would just like to. Sorry to butt you in.
Do you want to ask us some questions?
Yeah, cool.
No, I was just going to thank some people if that's cool.
Yeah, cool. You're welcome.
Well, my legs for supporting me, my arms for being by my side. Actually, Lo as well, and Gabe. They gave me some tips and tricks.
Oh, cool. That was an actual genuine one.
Where's the joke?
If I had to go somewhere, I suppose you guys for like hosting this, I suppose.
Yeah, all right.
But
it's all for you.
if I really had to. Node 1, am I right? Node 1.
Yeah, Node 1.
Yeah.
Strutters.
I was straight through this one,
Yeah, no DCs for you.
No DCs, yeah. Easy.
No, well done. Nereza, would you like to say thank you to anyone? And why is it us?
Well, I want to say first of all, thanks to you guys, because this event is absolutely amazing.
Oh, you're just copying what I said.
Well,
Come up
I
with your
have
own
to say,
things.
I have to acknowledge something that's cool,
Yeah.
It's not every day that I get the chance to participate in something as big as this, where usually the focus is on justice and stuff. This is a chance for me to play in something cool and have people watching and feel like a cool person.
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
In the least creepy way possible, what are you guys wearing?
My jersey and some underwear.
Yeah, nice.
No pants.
Nereza, have you got your jersey on at the moment?
Yes, I've got my jersey, but I'm wearing a hoodie over it because I'm
that's fine, because it's freezing. No, totally. Yep.
With Firetail hoodies.
I'm just saying, what are you guys wearing? Because all we can see is the jersey.
Actually, that's
all you need to see. That's the reason why we keep the camera.
Yeah.
There it is. It's very drafty in the room. Great, guys. Thank you so much for that interview. That was good to have a bit of a laugh.
That was good.
Let us cool down a little bit.
Look, enjoy the rest of your day and stick around for the next match. Who do you guys think is going to win Adelaide versus Melbourne?
Look, as much as I don't want Melbourne to win,
Yep.
I'm going to cheer Adelaide.
Okay, cool.
I mean, that makes sense.
And Nereza?
I think Adelaide's been playing phenomenally, so I'm gonna say Adelaide.
Yeah. Okay.
But we got to see the squid bags coming through. Otherwise, I'm not cheering for either team.
I love the squid bags coming out from you
play,
guys. It's good.
If they're gonna play the next game, I want to see at least one squid bag.
Oh.
Okay, all right. I'll
Per
make
game,
sure to.
you mean, right?
Yeah, per game.
Okay, cool. No worries, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're going to move to our standby screen. It is 22 minutes until we get into our next game.
Yeah,
but
we'll
the stream will be back in probably about 10 minutes.
Yes.
And then we'll get in with our pre-match breakdown. We'll see you guys soon.
All right, see you later.
See you later, guys. Thanks.
Catch up.
$10.50, you reckon?